Welcome back to the Silent Hill Ascension post show. I'm Noah and I'm here with Layla. We're back here. Wow, we just watched a lot.
We got trouble brewing everywhere. Notably, some trouble brewing between the sisters.
Yes.
In Norway. Brit clearly also not over what the hell is going on with her younger sister. Her sister that died 15 years ago.
Right. So she's younger, but she died too. But okay. But anyways, it's really getting clear, like we said in the pre-show, like you said, Layla, why everybody has a thing against the Johansons. So it is because Eva went and killed a lot of people. Makes sense, honestly. I don't know how I would feel. Of course, people shouldn't be punished for their family's crimes. Well, I don't know if of course, but
yeah, they shouldn't, but yet it happens.
In an ideal world. So this is like what we had to unpack in Norway. And meanwhile, we had the result of Eric checking out Rachel with Rachel, because we don't know if, but she was there with the delusion baby situation, singing very beautifully, might I add. Very beautiful. Yes. Singing voice, but creepy as hell. And this is really what we all bargained for.
Yeah, a tense conversation there. We're starting to see some of that pent up hurt that's clearly inside Eric start to kind of poke out, because I don't know if you caught it, but he did drop a line about convincing her to have faith.
Okay, and she denies it.
She does deny it.
I don't know who I believe anymore. I need, honestly, hold on, because I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Leonardo S5 saw it coming, and Layla, this is because I don't know anymore who to. This was a hard accusation. His ass better hope that this is not really Rachel. His ass better hope this is not really Rachel. After what he said, is done. No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that one's really Rachel. We got ATA, you're going to have to drop in the chat how to pronounce your username, because I know I got it wrong last time and Noah's gotten it right once. But says, things are serious when the fans come out. Correct. Yeah. And this is very serious because there was some tension there that we haven't gotten to see. That's all coming out now. And listen, I don't blame Eric, right? Like his wife took her own eye out to find their kid, and now she says she found the kid, but it's not really the kid, and she's singing to nothing. Like I also would maybe get a little emotional.
It was a powerful scene, but okay, let's set that aside for a moment and let's look at Carl's character profile, because we did lose Carl to a possibly better reality. So Layla, can you walk us through it, please?
Yeah, this is a newish segment. We've done it a couple of times, but in case you haven't seen it, here it is. So we're going to go over some of Carl's more, potent moments. So his top decision, he's got strong redemption fate and positive hope. His top decision is, what will Carl tell the police about Ingrid's death? He blamed the man in the window. That was the damnation path. Saucy start. His most heated decision was, what will Carl use to protect his family? This is runes to ward off evil. That was the suffering path over cameras to catch vandals, which was the redemption path. I feel like folks are starting to be a little bit more judicious with their influence points, because I feel like that being his most prominent decision, that says something about where people were kind of spending their attention before things got rolling. And now people are a little more judicious, because we see a little bit of lower numbers until we get to things like the Morgie, and then people really care.
Right,
see you all.
right. Y'all think people's lives are a game? It's not a game, it's a series. It's a show.
There we go.
It's serious business here. Serious business. Oh, I don't know. With my accent, anything goes. But okay. So you're right. We did have people splurging away influence points like there isn't a tomorrow, making Carl suffer with runes. Leading. Well, the suffering didn't win ultimately. We had other decisions that impacted the end goal, but he did have a moment of suffering where it seemed a bit dicey there. So this is all y'all's impact on the story. And you all remember, by the way, it was Leo's idea about the runes, if I recall correctly.
Yes, Leho, by the way, underappreciated character. We don't talk about him enough, but he's a real bro, right?
I love him. Right. Yeah, he got him on a boat. He's a real one. And he also, every time I see him, I feel a bit less, you know how in horror shows and horror movies sometimes there's a character that you see them and you're like, okay, I can breathe again. Like, it's not that dark, okay? It's like it's gonna be okay. There's a light. I guess I'm trying to say that Leo is my light.
He's a beautiful blue beanie light in the darkness, and we love him so much. But now I also wonder, speaking of Carl's departure, what his daughters are gonna do.
Right. So production, if you could show us the Norway so far graphic, we're gonna recap that. Layla, please do us the honors.
Absolutely. So, if you weren't here in the pre-show, we'll tell you what happened in Norway again. Ava, enraged by the monsters swarming the town, tells Carl about her plan to kill them. Carl goes to Leho, our bro, for advice and comfort in the wake of learning about Ava's plans, and then Carl meets his final fate and the truth about Ava is revealed. And once again, the truth being that she did, commit a mass shooting in the town of Stelladalen, but we still don't know what happened after, other than the fact that everybody hates them, and it's been a traumatic time for everyone involved.
Right. So there has been a lot going on in Norway, and as you saw, we did have Carl go on the boat, depart to a better place, but now we have the unraveling of Brit, as we saw in the video that premiered tonight, that Brit is basically unraveling here, and Astrid all of a sudden is more of the rock. I feel like until now Brit was more like, I got my shit together in sobriety and like I'm the one with the shit together, and then Astrid's like they're taking turns.
Yeah, and Brit is unraveling. And also, I noticed in the chat while we were watching that some eagle-eyed viewers also noticed that Brit has now slipped in as a character in the decision pool. So there is a Brit decision that, if you can't click on now, should be populated in a couple of minutes. But Carl's out, so it's time for someone else to step up, and that someone is Brit. So now y'all get to have a little more influence over her unraveling.
Yeah, and you know that Brit loves to be under the influence.
Apparently, yeah, she's like in a recovery program for it,
Exactly.
Apparently,
too
she
much
loved
so.
it a little too hard, yeah.
Well, let's shift back to Pennsylvania now, in case somebody missed it on the pre-show. Production, could you please show us the graphic for Pennsylvania, and Layla will do us the honors of reading it.
Absolutely. So Rachel must deal with the fallout of her decision about how close to keep Faith. Eric's still unsure about the Morgie. Once again, Morgie's made it into the content, has to contend with Rachel waiting outside of the Foundation for him. And as monsters close in, Rachel must leave her home and decide if she wants to take Faith along with her. So a lot going on. And we've talked a good great deal about the unraveling of the Johansons over in Norway, but we're now starting to see that the grip that the Foundation and Rachel have had on this kind of microcosm in Pennsylvania also unraveling, right? Everything is slipping out of Rachel's control. Her husband, her daughter, her position in the Foundation, and that's a lot to let go of all at once. So it seems like someone is getting right? Karma's doing something for that lady.
Right. Rachel really has an eye for drama, as we all know. Had to slip one. Every show we have to do at least one joke about Rachel's eye. This is the type of people we are here at Silent Hill Ascension. Sorry, that's what it is. You need people. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to laugh at the eye. And I know chat has been loving to do that too. And Drew, I see you with the Morgie, and Joffrey. Tin? Oh, sorry, I missed you. But
Jeffrey, we saw you said something, just not what you said.
You said something, yes, for sure.
I think what just came out of my mouth was word salad.
Yeah, right. We did say words now. But anyway, let's shift to look at Rachel's character profile, because Rachel, as you said, she's going through a lot's going down here. Production, can you please show us the graphic for Rachel's character profile, and Layla will walk us through it.
I would love to. So right now, Rachel has redemption, fate, and by some miracle, positive hope. Her top decision is, what will Rachel do with the forbidden ritual? She decided to sacrifice her own eye, as we saw, and that just edged out burning the book, which was the redemption choice. The most heated decision was, how will Rachel exploit Xavier's absence? And we went with, she was honest and let Krista lead. Again, it was just shocker. Maybe there's some Rachel stans in the audience starting to pick up the slack for her, because I know, if anyone's Ender scene is going to get sabotaged, it's going to be Rachel's.
Right. People never really took to Rachel in the beginning, but Mr. P. Slosh is saying hindsight is 2020.
20-0.
Oh. I guess my foresight is not even 2020.
Listen, neither of us are wearing our glasses today, and it shows. And that's
I can't be reading this. I can't.
And that's
But
okay.
Mr. BS does say, aye, Captain. And that's something easy enough for my puny brain to, I guess, interpret for everybody here. But yeah, so Rachel really... the question is, I'm really interested to know, does she truly love her daughter? Is she a maternal person, or is she not?
I mean, yeah, jury's a little bit out, isn't it? For me personally, anyway, because on one hand, she did take faith in. On the other hand, she did leave that little girl. We don't know if it's necessarily the right little girl or a little girl at all, but still.
No, that was whack. For real. That was sorry, like, I don't know. I haven't been in the situation. I haven't been in Rachel's I imagine she has like lifted soul shoes. I haven't been in Rachel's sold shoes.
But you have a snarler at home. We have two snarlers at home,
I do. So oh my god, I don't want to make the choice, but if I have to make one, I know which one. but anyway, this is a horrible position to be in. The monsters are coming, and your sort of daughter is there, but I feel like she could have yanked her, but this is what we chose. This is what collectively we chose for Rachel to do, right? She didn't just do it out of her own volition. We are at fault here. We abandoned the child, and this is for us to bear. But let's talk about the decision that is opening Production, can you please show that up on screen? And Leila, can you read it for us?
Yeah, so we mentioned earlier, we got a great decision. So what will Brit do about Carl's liquor cabinet? Will she A, pour out the bottle that is the redemption path, B, close the cabinet, the suffering path, or C, have a drink from the bottle, that is the damnation path? We have put this lady's sobriety in the hands of our audience, and their morals so far, Noah, have been dubious at best.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Brit. I don't know, because Brit never really got her moment before, like her solo moment, like here now. So it's really interesting. I don't know if the audience is kind of for Brit or anti-Brit, but we will know soon. Because breaking somebody's sobriety is no laughing matter, to be honest. It's a serious thing.
It is, and as you know, as we approach the more serious weeks of our show, I feel like you and I spend a lot of our energy trying to keep it light, keep it right, and at the same time, we understand these are heavy topics we're dealing with, and in this case, again. This audience, you never know with them. They like to keep us in just a deadlock until the last second, so.
Right. So she can, pouring is like the extreme other side of the spectrum. If she's gonna pour the drink, she's like, not only I'm closing the cabinet and maybe leaving an option for later, I'm pouring it out, so it's done. The closing the cabinet is more like later, maybe I can sneak a little bit of a sip. And the third one, the damnation one, is to drink from the bottle, which is really relapsing. And it's a tough one. And if anyone in the audience have known somebody who's suffering from addiction, it is very difficult to see that. And a lot of it is really counting on the person suffering from addiction, but not here. Here it's on you. So we have a chance to make something different in this world and actually choose for somebody whether they're going to stay sober or not.
Yeah, I know. I know our immigrant moms would love to pilot us around like little puppets like this audience can.
Oh my God, I'm sure they would. But we are nearing the end of the show here. And Atay, I don't know if I read it correctly. Again, it is a mystery, but they do.
We do new pronunciation every time.
Every time, but they do say, "Give us chaos." We shall see. Do. Maybe you might. But so let's just recap. We had Eric talking to Rachel. Rachel being all wackadoodle and is accusing her of never wanting to be a mother. We have Brit struggling with her sobriety, facing challenges in the departure of her father, the bringing back memories of Eva, her murderous sister. Please stick around for the puzzles. I love them. They're a great way to win influence points as well. Production, could you please pull up the graphic for the next show? So we have our pre-shows as always at 5:40 p.m. Pacific time on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Then the show every weekday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and then the post-show right after on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Leila, any parting words here?
Just thank you all as per usual for joining us, and we do see all of our regulars. There's a lot of names popping up all the time in the chat, and we do recognize all of you, so we love seeing the regulars pop up in our highlights and to chat with you all. Thank you as always for joining us here in the Silent Hill Ascension pre and post shows. Noah, my darling, have a fabulous weekend.
Oh my God, Leila, you too. Lord knows we did. We've had some drama here. So with that being said, see you next week and enjoy the puzzles. Bye-bye.